Hello, you are welcome to the 11th edition of Investdata Trading Academy with Ambrose. Today, we're looking at the how to use insider information to trade on the exchange anywhere in the world. The role of insider traders. When I mean insider trader, those that they made official that either the director or the MD is buying. That will go a long way to tell you what to do as investor. It's very important. Why is it very important? You need to know what is happening. That means during this volatile market, like as we're experiencing now in our market today, it is better for you to follow the money. By mean the money, follow the smart money. And this smart money, there are two ways of smart money: insider money or smart money movement. You see, we have insider money, who people inside what they are doing, what they are buying, and the smart money, which are the institutional investor, all those PFAs, what are they doing at that particular time. Why you need to study is that it gives you a sense of direction, what you should do, especially when you see the pattern. But it is not all insider activities that influence price. But you need to know the pattern that is going on so that you know what to do exactly. It tells you what is happening right there in the stock. Here, you start looking at the volume and the buying patterns of the insiders, because not all insider activities or buying move price higher. Why did they say so? For example, if you see what is happening in our market, especially in the Nestle Nigeria, and also what happened in UCAP before they release the result, it will give you an insight that before you see people that inside buying this stock, even though it's not within the close period, that they too they are seeing that the company where they are working, or where they kind of operate, is having some positive sentiment, or they are seeing what is about to happen. Because if you see the pattern they buy, it will tell you the pattern they are selling also will tell you. That is why, as a trader, either online or we are using a broker, just tell and build like what we call have what we call insiders tracking strategy. You need to know what is happening in this stock pattern. What happened in UCAP now? I'll tell you, there are some people that have taken advantage of knowing what to do, seeing that people in that company are showing interest and they are buying. And see, when the result came out, it tells you that something they see that the company has future, and shows that this company is well run and well managed. For me, this is also another way of guiding you how to trade when you are trading. And also, you can see what is also happened even from January last year, 2021, to the end of December. You see how Nestle International has been kind of buying this stock on the floor. This also should give you a sense of direction what is likely to happen in a Nestle. This insider dealings tells you an insight, because it is not against the rule, because they made it known to the market that this person is buying. What you need to do as a trader, track that insider dealing to see the strategy, to know where they are buying, the price they are buying. That will give you something that, oh, before they are buying social price, where do they think that this price is going? If you have this at the back of your mind, I will tell you that's another strategy to look at. In adopting this strategy, you must focus on what? On the volume and the price history of this for these companies, to know the price they're buying and where the price is going. You know the high of this company and the 52 low, so that it will guide you to know exactly what is happening in the company. It's not just because there's insider activity. I said earlier, it's not all insider buying can influence price, but when you see volume, you saw what happened in First Bank when the MD was buying. If you take all this as also a way of trading, have it, that we call it a insider tracking strategy. See that you have it where you keep it. It's another way of taking position in the market. Even when you come to the market, you know why you are buying a particular stock, because you have what is guiding you. That's why I said anytime, any day, your investment objective, your investment plan is very key. Your trading plans, your investment plan is very key. That is why you will not joke with your stop loss, you will not joke with your profit target, and at the same time, you take away emotion from your investment decision. It's very key. Don't ever say because of this person. You know why you are in the market. If you want to create wealth, it is market that will create the wealth for you. If you know how to work, know your entering and your exit as when you, and using your stop loss also to market, especially now that the market is volatile. In a volatile market, your stop loss is the key element, or the key thing that you put at the right time, even at your fingertips, so that you will be there at the right time to know when to cut your loss and when, because that volatility will tell you this is the place to get to as a support level, where you get to as a kind of a roof, or call it resistance level in technical analysis. Once you see this volatility going and you're able to take advantage of it, you can create money when market is volatile, while others are afraid, because a volatile market is also a risky market. But because you understand how to play the market, you also take advantage of that market, because you are equipped. And that is why this online class is for you, so that you can also get some tips that will guide you on what to do per time. Yes, before I go into looking at the individual stocks that are really performing the market now, we want to see the state of the market right now as we speak. You know that the market is already at the midday. We're expecting that the afternoon traders from now till 2:30 they will come into the market. That will change the face of the market. But already at the market open this morning, there's a sign that the market has given already that this week, as we're expecting more corporate action that will shape the market, because different news of fundamental news is what everybody is looking at. That will give the market direction, because market has been kind of doing a flat mode. If you look at the your technical analysis for weekly chart, you see that the market has just like a side trending, like looking for a trigger either up or down. But we're seeing that the results are coming now, trying to give the market a force, and that force, as I said earlier, it might take the market to either 48 or 50, depending on we see all those big names releasing their corporate action and their numbers to see their position. Once that is done, it will give us direction where we are going. But as we speak now, the market is already in green, which is good. The market is getting about 0.2. For me, it's a good one at this hour. That means before the market, today's runs out, we might see the market making more than even 0.5 of now. So depending on information that comes to the market as we speak now. But as we speak, the top trade in the market are Transcorp, Zenith Bank, UBA, UCAP, and Fidelity. If you look at this company I don't mention now, especially look at Zenith Bank, UBA, UCAP, and Fidelity, these are dividend paying companies that I expect that they will reward their investors. If that happens, you see that's why you see activities, people are always taking advantage of it. UBA last week was around trading around 8 naira 35 kobo to 8.55. But as we speak now, UBA is already doing 8 naira 85, getting to 9 naira. It tells you that Zenith Bank has also 26.85. No, UCAP already will come to that. No, we're looking at the gainers. It's already topping the gainers that with 10% gain straight. For me, the market is looking before. If you look at the gainers as we speak now, we have 16 gainers against 6 losers. Tells that the market breadth is positive at this midday. For me, it's a good one. Among the top gainers, we'll have a R2P School. Have been consistent for for almost getting to 3 weeks now. Gaining 10%. UCAP 10%. I'm not surprised UCAP gaining 10%. The payout of about almost growth of dividend about 114. It's okay. And also, if you look at UCAP profit margin, I think for now, no Nigeria company has given that record that in every 1 naira of your revenue, you are retaining 62 kobo from it. Because if their profit margin as at full year is 62 point, it tells you that every 1 naira transaction they have been, or every 1 naira top line of Africa Prudential of UCAP, they are retaining about 62 kobo. For me, it's a nice one. It tells you that this company is well run. It also should be a point that investors should also look at what is happening there. For me, I think I can see some kind of management competence and the direction they are going. Then another one in that gap, which is also their family, Africa Prudential, is among the top gainers as we speak now. Me and Baker and Champion Building. Like I always say that when there's information in the market, look at your chart. We saw that there's a move in me and Baker now. This is a stock that last week was trying to pull back from 4 naira 50 kobo, 4 naira 45 kobo to as low as 4 naira 15 kobo. But this morning, the reported almost 4 naira 58 kobo this morning. There is news in the market. But that's why your chart will tell you what is happening. That's why you need to know what is happening in the market before we go into the chart to look at what is happening and what the market is doing. But for the losers, I said earlier that we'll have a 6 loser against 16 gainer. The top losers for this hour is Multiverse, Custodian Investment, Capaton, Dangote Sugar, and UPDC. These are the top losers at this hour. And for me, I'm not surprised that Capaton is on the loser chart. I believe that stock is looking for a strong support level. The number they posted as unaudited account was not impressive, and market is treating that stock that way. But I believe with time, when they get to the level that it's stabilized, that is where you as a trader start looking the world of Capaton, because the sector was seeing that the vaccination so far, I can see recovering. If I see the others in that company looking well, and oil price also looking up, where they service the oil companies, moving them from one short to the other, we expect them kind of a turnaround. But the figure they posted for the unaudited was not impressive, and that is why market. Then for Multivice, I would say market sentiment. For Custodian and Ally, I will now say market sentiment, because this is a company that's also consistent in dividend payment. Pulling back now, for me, is another opportunity to create an entrance buy or entering opportunity for design investors that are looking for dividend. This company has been consistent for almost 10 years in terms of dividend payout. They pay interim and they pay full year. For me, seeing custodian investment pulling back, for me, is just a plus. But now I want to look at the chart to see where the market is going. And I always say that this chart will always tell you exactly what to do so that you won't just be carried away with what is happening in the market. And we're not saying that this is the all share index. I told you earlier that you look at it, then at times also you can also look at the sectorial indices to know what is happening. But for us, we want to see what is happening in the in the all share index, what we call the index action, to know exactly where the position is. It ready for us to still hold a position? That is why first thing you do, you have to bring your what we call the T line. T line, I told you T line is a what moving average exponential. Bring it here and watch to see where the market, because I told you earlier that when you see the candlestick formation above the T line or below the T line, it should give you a signal. Whenever you see the index action above the T line, it's a good time to buy. But when you see index action below the T line and you see the candlestick formation at that point, will also give you a signal either to sell or to hold. And that is why you are trading live. You need to know how to use your candlestick very well. And that is why we have made a lot of technical analysis material in video that will guide you how to use these indicators to make informed investment decision at any given time in any market you are playing. Whether you are trading gold, you are trading commodity, you are trading gold, you are trading currency, you are trading cryptocurrency, or you are trading also equity, you are trading bond, anything you are trading FS, this same pattern, this the same index, this the same indicators also guide you. That means you need to up your game in technical analysis. Yes, quick one, want to bring the T the T line is very, very important. I don't play with it, and that will tell you that how important it is, so that it will tell you exactly where to look at and what is going on in the market. Once you have it, you go a long way to guide you. The money flow index, don't play with it, and also we'll bring out our what? Our MACD. Our MACD is because we want to know, is there any divergent or convergent? You need to know all this. Once you know the divergent, you know what to do. When it's convergent, you will know what to do. When you see index action or price action moving in the same direction with the indicator, it tells you that there is real activity. But when there's divergent, you also have to apply wisdom and see why is it that they are going in an opposite direction. You need to find out, is it time for them to come back? Then once you notice it and you take action, you see you will be ahead of the market. You will not be up and down by the market movement. As we speak now, on if you look at this, our index action, you can see for yourself that the T line is, the index action is marginally above the T line at this point, and this a day chart. But let's quickly look at the 1 hour chart to see exactly what is happening in the market. See on 1 hour chart, we can see that the T line is above, the index action is above the T line. It tells you that we are comfortable with the market now. Market have not changed direction, despite we are seeing the activities that means market is still on that recovering territory, and also still bullish because the trend is still strong. And if you quickly look at the money flow index here, you can see that it's still looking up, not down. Then your what we call MACD. MACD is already now on a 1 hour chart becoming a bit bullish, because you can see that the push kind of crossed from below and above the red can. For me, it's a good time for us to see, yes, the market is there. And therefore, we don't need to panic now that we are entering the peak of any season in market. You know that between February and March is the peak of the any season, before we now start seeing the first quarter for the new year in April. That means between this February to end of April, we'll see a number of earnings to guide you, because this fundamental news has influence on what? On prices, and how influence what? On the movement of the general market. That is why you need to keep your gaze on this market to know exactly what is happening. But for me, the market is still very, very strong on our hourly chart. Then on a daily chart, which also will make it more clearer, you can see that also, if you look at this divergence here we were seeing before, you can see that if you look at this histogram that is down here, you can see that it started coming up gradually. That means as more momentum, we see more earnings and market react, they are bound to be uptrend. As far as the index action is still above the T line, there's no cause for us to panic or to cause for alarm at all. That give you that kind of a part at the back, that don't worry, the market is still in order. But as I said earlier, it's not time to to fear, but you don't play with your stop loss, and don't be take away emotion when we are taking decision. What you have seen your price at all the stop loss, don't say because you're a trader. Try and take decision immediately, so that your portfolio will be preserved, and at the same time you can take advantage of what? The volatility in the market. Because if you're able to cut your loss in another event, there's another opportunity for you to enter, because this volatility will continue even till the half a year or the over no throughout the year because of being pre-election year. A lot of information might be coming. We've seen this volatility, but for you, you must play, be at the top of your game by using your stop loss and let your investment objective guide you. That when you once you are doing this, I'm telling you, you are good to go, and that is how to play. But we want to look at the top gainers for at this hour, and those that also the top most active stock. I'll start from UBA before I go to UCAP because last year UBA I discussed UBA with you and tell you which one of UBA. Now, I want to see what UBA is doing this morning. That is why I said sentiment is very important. Where investors are, where we're seeing buy strength is very important so that you will know exactly what is happening in the market. Let me quickly go to UBA now so that you can see what is happening before we come back to UCAP and Honeywell today again because these are stocks that are making wave in the market. Honeywell has touched a side of almost 10% today before it came down to around 5% now. I see there is potential, but you want to look at what is the trend in the market. Are they still strong? Once they are still strong, that you are there or you want to enter, take position, you'll be guided on what to do at this moment. That is why you need to stay put. I'm calling up the UBA chart now for discussion as usual. Just start patient. Let me call UBA chart up. For me, the market is becoming interesting, and this is the power of any season. As we are seeing it, you need to also take advantage of what you are seeing in the market because this is the good thing of the market at any given time. Yeah, see UBA chart here. This chart is perfect. I will tell you that I have even seen a trend. Even okay, well, before I discuss on UBA chart, I want to quickly draw a bullish channel here that will also guide you and I. Before I will bring the T line, before I bring the T line, before I bring the T line, yeah, that's one. There, don't forget that it must be from one point to the other. I can start this point now. And take it here, take it here, take it here, take it here. Yeah. You can see this, either you take it from here, you can take it from here up, all depends. You can see that UBA has formed really a bullish trend. For me, a bullish channel, for me, it's a good one. And you can see this morning that the UBA has made a spike this morning. While doing the daily hour, see where it has gone as high, even above 880 before coming down. You can see that UBA has tested again today, almost 9 naira before coming down to around this 8 naira, 85 kobo now. It tells you that this stock has strength, and I'm telling you, once the dividend news or fundamental news come to the market, it will change the face of UBA. But let's quickly bring our normal, is part of what we use here in this class often so that it will guide you. Then if you have access to our other indicators, you will still learn more from it. But I also call the T line, call the money flow, and also call the what the MACD. MACD is very key. That's why it's part of a line indicator, but it gives you information if you are need to combine with other indicators in the market. We are changing this one to what to 8 as usual, and change the color to red so that we can get clear where it is so that we can use it to look at what we are doing. You can see as we speak now. You can see as we speak now that as at this hour, you see when the MACD, the T line was broken down on this bearish candle, it sent a signal and you see that there was a set down, and even UBA form what we call Odoji candlestick formation here before it registered going down. Such as here, it went by, he reversed and closed flat here. The next day on Friday, it was up marginally, but today you can see what UBA has done. And also, not going there, you have to look back that there's volume already. That means for UBA to make this spike here on a strong volume, now you can see here, it tells you that people are taking advantage of the low price of UBA, and also that after their AGM board meeting last week, I'm likely to see the result before the end of February. If that happens, also look at money flow index has turned up again to signify. You can see when you see high volume, money flow going on, and also your MACD is already turning to cross from down. Once that is happens successfully, I'm telling you that MACD is giving us sign that this stock will have strength to go. You can see that the histogram here and at this point now are different. That's that it's trending towards to cross toward a bullish signal. Once it turn and become a bullish signal, that also support UPA. For me, UPA has other fundamental news that's coming, and the candlestick is positive. That means technically UPA is looking good. Then fundamental comment will also be a plus for UPA. That's why, as a trader or investor, look at your chart to summarize everything for you. We're going to look at the other ones. Let's quickly go to to what is happening to see what is happening in UCAP. UCAP, we saw their fantastic results on Friday. Let's see how the market is reacting to this and what trend is behind it. Can we still hold? Can we, if we're an income investor, can we still jump in? Those that are there that sold half of their position, can I still go back? No, the strength of the stock will give you. And UBA is doing flat 10%. Sorry, UCAP, sorry, is doing flat 10%. I mean, starting naira 20 kobo as to speak now on a strong beat. For me, it's a good news for UCAP. But if you're also a trader that you are taking your profit, then you don't need to worry yourself because I said there's always the opportunity to come back to the market because this stock will be marked down. It's on the March 9, the qualification day. Once it's marked down, the price comes down. You can also jump in because we are seeing an earning pattern that are likely to support the price. If you are there, you are an income investor, I would say take your position and wait and watch what is happening. You can see the candlestick formation this morning on UCAP. UCAP has been an uptrend. If you put your T line, even if you draw a trend line, you see this is a trend line that the index action is above the trend line. It tells you that UCAP have been bullish even on a day chart. Even when you bring 1 week chart here, you're going likely to see the same trend. Let's quickly call on 1 week chart. Let me see how it looks like so that it also guide you here. Before you can see how it look at on 1 week chart, this stock has remained really even when it tried to like trend here. You see, we're waiting for information before it break out this morning. You can see this huge long candlestick. But let's go back to our actual hourly and daily chart and call up the T line to see the position. I will tell you that this stock is strong and it is moving in the north direction as a result of what you can see volume spike. But let me add all the indicators here first so that we'll know exactly what is happening at this particular time in UCAP. UCAP is a stock that I know many of us here are in, and I have made money in the stock this year, and that stock is also ready to create more wealth for the design investor in the coming year because the way they are going, we have seen the kind of strength they are pulling. If that is sustained, I think the company is going somewhere that you and I have to reckon with them. Let's see what is happening. You don't need to ask questions that the price action of UCAP has remained above the T line. It's a good sign that this stock has potential to still trend. Even at this morning, you can see that it's still above the T line, trading almost around the 20. For me, it's a good one. And you can see from the look of it, you can see where your money flow index is around what this almost 87 is traded. Good one and fun is entering the stock. You can see a breakout here. The stock has turned bullish. Look at your MACD. Your MACD histogram, you can see that it has turned over here. That means 2 days ago, you can see that it has crossed over to a bullish signal. That means MACD is bullish, strongly bullish on UCAP, and other indicators as confirmed. You see the volume in UCAP for the almost 3 or 4 days now. Good one. Tells you that investors understand how to invest. That's why I said, as also a trader, you need to get what we call a insider track strategy or insider tracking strategy. You need to know what they are doing. It gives you an idea how the company staffs are feeling or management are feeling about the company because when they are seeing good and they are buying and they are letting the public know that they are taking position, say that they are seeing something ahead. For me, it's also another way to guide you to know exactly what is happening in that position. That is why you need at all time to look at what is happening by looking at the insider activities. Also, other indicators that other strategies I've shared before you now, then indicators will guide you. That's why purely in this class, we look at charts and also bring all these fundamental news to us because it will reflect on the chart. You can see that the good result of in UCAP now have shown on the chart that see the kind of what we call investor psychology, sentiment, whatever I call it, playing out already, and you can see that the candlestick is full on what full green. Run tells you that there is what demand for the stock, and that will remain till even the Thursday before there will be slowdown profit taking. But if you are there, I would say hold on and take advantage of the positive sentiment as you speak now to catch your profits again. But if you have exited this time, don't need to panic. But if you're an income investor taking a UCAP at 13 naira, a 1 naira 50 kobo dividend, you are still above 10% yield. You are still in order. That means the stock can be considered. Then after Prudential, you can see that it's following suit what you can be doing. Price is up. Investors are seeing opportunity in that stock. Then before I go to Honeywell, let me quickly call up that Africa Prudential and see what is happening there. That you and I also take advantage of that stock. Once we know what to do with that, we are good to go, because that stock also has a potential to go up. For me, it's a good one. Let's see how it Africa Prudential. Let's wait and see to come up. Once it come up, okay. Okay, let's quickly go to Honeywell as I've said earlier. Africa Prudential is coming up. Let's quickly go to Honeywell, see what is happening in that stock now. The pattern here showed what is the interpretation of the pattern we have seen, and this is stock that's touched as high as almost now is already selling at just 1.4%. Does it mean that the sentiment is off, or is there anything contrary to what market is expecting? But don't forget that in any market, when people are seeing opportunity to take profit, they can take their profit and bail out. That's why your investment objective will always guide you. Don't be greedy. And even when you see a positive sentiment on the stock, run with that stock, you also have to apply wisdom. Don't be carried away with that rally, but rather make sure that you are in that stock for something good. We want to quickly turn this one to see what is happening here and why it went up this morning and it pulled back quickly after it had been on a strong bid for the past 2 days. We're seeing a a weakened chart candlestick here. That means that this region has become a strong region around this 440 440 447 445 has become a strong resistance for that means until this stock break out this level, might be thinking that yes, that is the right time to. But for me, if you're in the stock, you don't need to just exercise patience. Quick one, I bring the T line, but I'd like you to use this chart to round up the class. But let's bring the T line up from here to see what is happening in the stock. Why is this no strong for us to hold or for us to start running? Because me, I like to run. So that's why we are traders. If it's still above, then that means there's no cause for alarm. If the T line market, the stock has moved with the T line, yes, I will tell you that if you looking at the candlestick, the market is still the stock is still above the T line. You can see for level like it jumped up this morning before correction came, but let's see that market is still at midday. Let's see what happened before the market closed today. But you can see that as like this stock is forming a strong resistance at this level. You can see when it touches here, it touches it at the first time. That means we're having three top already now. One here. Then that's why I said in technical analysis where it tops, have to be very careful. A breakout will give you another rally is continuing. But now that it touches here, it's still coming down. You have to be very careful and watch. But this should not send the panic. But let's look at the MACD and the money flow index on Honeywell at this point. If this is just purely profit taking, we will know, or if you just set down, we also equally know. That will guide you to know exactly what to do whether to hold your position or to sell. Once you know what is happening in the stock, you don't need to panic. For me, the money flow in the stock is still very strong, and you can see that even there's a little pullback today, you can see that the MACD, the index, and the price action are moving in the same direction, which is good. But only that the volume is still very small. I'm not seeing a good volume here, no breakout from this. The volume is relatively small, but we're seeing that this money flow is sharp, and I see it will be sustained. Let's see, because the information that's pushing the market has not changed. That means the stock is likely to rebound as more information also come from the companies that are involved. Once that is done, if you are there now, you can also wait. If you have seen this pullback that you are not there before, it's an opportunity for you to jump into the stock and take advantage of expected news from the companies any moment from now. Immediately that news hit the market, I'll tell you my bank to go to join to turn the face of the stock. Even in this pullback, let's see what's going to finish for today. And that will use to close today. I'll say thank you all and God bless you. See you tomorrow another session by God's grace. Enjoy the rest of your day, and also let's watch the market until close finally by 2:30. Thank you for joining us and have a great day.